125,000 Marriott points, over $1,000 in value for just $125. Would you do it? Stick around and I'm going to show you how. So the time has come once again for me to expand my business credit card portfolio and my Marriott card portfolio, hopefully. So in this video, I'm going to walk through the application process for the American Express Bonvoy business credit card, the reasons behind why I'm applying for this card and hopefully accepted for this card, and what I plan to use these points for. So a couple of main reasons this card has jumped to the top of the deck for me. I'm always looking for points versus the free night awards with these cards, unless it's like the Ritz-Carlton card with an $85K free night award. I still hate the fact that Marriott has capped free night awards versus Hilton that has those uncapped awards. And I do have some Hilton cards that I'm eyeing here for early the second half of 2024. So a few reasons I want to apply for this card. One, I'm getting pretty close where the 15 elite night credits that this business card comes with, stacked with my Ritz-Carlton card, would get me to that titanium status or really close to it. I have quite a few upcoming stays, both for vacations and for work. So I think that this 15 additional elite nights will get me to that titanium status, which I don't think I've ever had, maybe once or twice. I'd have to look back through my history. So a couple of other things. This card has a limited time offer, I believe through July 10th, where you can select either 5 free nights that are valued at 50,000 points per night. You can tack on another 15,000 points. So up to 65,000 points per night, but not necessarily something I place a lot of value in. I feel like I'm really limited, handcuffed in terms of how I can use those points. And most of the properties that I'm looking at are more than 65,000 points, as pretentious as that sounds. So the fact that they have the other option for 125,000 points and this card only having a $125 annual fee, a super, super cheap way for me to purchase 125,000 Marriott points that I could use and tack on top of the 355,000 points I have right now. Typically, I get my account up to somewhere around 500,000 points. Then we do a pretty big redemption, and then I start all over again with the process. But I've never added a business credit card from Marriott. So this is something that I'm looking at more of a duo, more on the point side, the free night award with the Ritz-Carlton card, the 125,000 points that this card comes with. Year 2, it'll have a 35K free night award. I could probably use that 35K free night award off peak at one of the beach properties at like a Fairfield or a Courtyard, something like that around Clearwater or St. Pete, but not really something I place a lot of value in. It's cool that it's there, but it's not really something that I have a main desire to use. This may be a 1-year rent-a-card, or we'll see. If it helps me with next year with status, I may keep the card. But again, all this is wishful thinking. I need to apply for the card first and see if I can be approved for the card. I haven't really had any difficulty with the business credit cards other than trying to apply for essentially 3 Chase business credit cards in a 3 to 4 month window. Chase finally said no to me for the third one. Totally fine. I'm still under 524, which is another reason I want to add a business credit card. I only have one other AMEX business credit card, that one being the Delta Platinum business card. So this is something that I do want to expand my portfolio a little bit with the AMEX cards, if possible, and stay on the business side until I have a better definition of what I want to do with the personal cards and maybe see what Marriott and Chase are coming out with here, potentially the second half of 2024. So let's dive into the application. And if you do get any value out of the content, feel free to follow along and subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up down below if you would prefer the free night awards versus the points. Again, I find more value in 125,000 points, which is one of the reasons I was going to go with the consumer card on the Marriott side, but this is a better option for me. So I'm now in the application process. I received an email from Marriott where they essentially gave you 2 options, either the 125,000 points or the 5 free nights. You've probably seen a similar email come through if you have any of the Marriott cards. So now that I've selected the 125,000 Marriott bonus points, you can see 8,000 within 6 months is the minimum spend required to get this welcome offer. If you have any questions around business credit cards, you can watch some of my other videos, comment down below, hit me up on Instagram. And there's tons of other videos out there from other YouTube creators about business credit cards and how simple it is to get approved for one of these cards. So now I'm at the next screen, which is basically the same as the previous screen. I'm going to enter a little bit more of my personal information. I'm going to link my Marriott loyalty number to this application so that I can link those accounts, hopefully, if I'm approved here. So I'm going to enter this information. I'm just reading back through some of this to make sure it's the 125,000 Marriott bonus points that I get with this application, which I see that it is. I assume if I am approved that my credit limit will be somewhere around 15,000, but we'll see. I'm going to submit the application here in just a second, and I may have to shift over to some screenshots to show you so that I'm not sitting here with the screen spinning or if it gets me into pending. So hang tight and I'll be right back with you. So now the coveted question, what do I plan to do with these points? Well, depending on trips towards the end of this year, we have friend's wedding in the Dominican in December, but I've been looking at the Maldives. Yes, I'm one of those guilty. I've been looking at the Maldives for a number of years now, and either this coming year or the following year, I'm going to be taking my wife over to the Maldives. We're definitely leaving the kids at home. It's a long journey to get there. But out of all the different properties, I looked at the new Ritz-Carlton there, which looks beautiful, the St. Regis, which is supposed to be one of the nicest hotels in the world, depending on who you talk to and what they value. But this W Maldives looks fantastic, or fabulous, or wonderful, as they name some of their different rooming conventions. So I was looking at dates in February of 2025, and you can see here, this is for 5 nights. So stay 4, get the 5th night free. Maybe would want to go a little bit longer than this. So just over 100,000 points per night is what this equates to based on this fabulous overwater 1-bedroom villa. Or as I scroll to the bottom here, you can see the Extreme Wow Ocean Haven. It's only 7.1 million points, so just 6.5 million points away. So maybe I'll just aim for this one here by 2050 at the rate of which I'm earning points. Jokes aside, this does look like a fantastic property. It's gorgeous. The Maldives has just some of these amazing once-in-a-lifetime bucket list types of properties, and I will be looking to bank my points to do something like this. I have 355,000 points now, plus another 125,000, so I'll be right in the range to be able to stay here. My Ritz 85K free night award is not going to apply based on these dates, but I did find some in January and in December that were just under 100,000 points, so that 85K cert would work. So those are some things that I'm weighing, if it makes sense or not to go about using that 85K cert, and if I do, I'll have to wait another year since I'm about to use that cert on a trip this summer over to Europe. So after hitting the minimum spend requirement here, $8,000 in 6 months, this card is going to give me around $1,500 in value just for $125, making it more than worth my time and energy to add this card to the setup. I hope you found some value in the content. Make sure you redeem those points for incredible once-in-a-lifetime memories. And until next time, cheers.